Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be reading for your Saturday, March 8th, 2025 self-love reading. Feels good outside today. It's overcast, but it's 70. So there's a cool wind out, but we may be expecting a little bit of rain today. So I'm one to always welcome the rain. I'm one of those that I really enjoy like thunderstorms and rainstorms, stuff like that. So inshallah we get some rain. So let's see what's going on with y'all today. You guys definitely right off the bat. Yeah, okay, nine of swords at the bottom. So I was gonna say before I saw the Nine of Wands, is that you guys are. It's like you guys are definitely being called to like walk into the next chapter of your life. That's as simply as I can put it. And you can see that here, okay, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Cups. So you're literally, you're just being picking up on that, and it's like, I don't know, there's definitely some, I'm not sure yet if this is internal or external, right, but there's definitely some conflict going on, like some combative energies, right? And then with the Ace of Wands coming in the reverse, I don't know. I feel that you guys had like this, or you have this vision, this most likely creative, but there's something that you want to pursue, some type of passion. And I don't know if that is what was being met with conflict, but it's like it hasn't taken off the ground yet. And interestingly, I know this is like, the wands, and then this is like a staff, but I do feel like you're just basically like taking your creative energy and just kind of taking it with you. It's like it's just time to kind of, I don't know, maybe do things differently. But again, the main energy I'm getting is walking into some next chapter of your life, guys. And once you do that, things are just gonna explode. Now, the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This could also, be a reason as to what you're walking. A reason to basically of walking away could be due to, this is major pain, guys. Whatever this is, this is what's keeping you up at night, or this is what's making you feel restless in your energy, because your soul is not at rest. So really, whatever that thing is to you, if that, that's weighing on you, most likely definitely is pushing you to this energy, because I'm not sure if you've actually made the decision to walk away from whatever is causing you this pain. But the Eight of Cups really speaks to, trusting or just walking into the unknown, guys. We don't know. We're not. I was going to say we can't predict the future. I mean, to an extent, you can have a possible overview of energies to come as the energies are playing out in the current 3D, but because of free will, things can change by the second, but it's this is coming to the point where you finally you're like, I'd rather walk into the darkness and into the unknown of not knowing what's next than deal with this, these fake cups. Never said that about this card either, so again, I don't know who these fake cups are, but it's kind of does it really matter? Alright, well, let's dig in. I mean, look, I've actually never pulled a clarifier for the bottom of the deck, but I want to in this situation here for this reading. Just to see, what is keeping you up at night here? The Ace of Swords in the reverse, y'all. Okay, so 2 aces in the reverse. So it's your creativity is being blocked, but also it's your an interest. You know what? The Ace of Swords coming out, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, is almost a personal glimpse for myself. And the reason I say that is because I was just thinking on the Ace of Swords yesterday, this particular card. The reason is because I went back and watched a recording that one of the first recordings I posted on the channel. And anyway, the Ace of Swords was a prominent player in that reading. And I remember thinking, I was like, I honestly may have pulled the Ace of Swords after once or twice, but within 3 to 4 months, I have not seen the Ace of Swords in the reverse come out, and it was also in the reverse. So the fact that I'm seeing it today, it's just it's yeah, okay. It's it lets me know my connection, to the vortex is strong, because things that I think about, I see. It's almost this. Me seeing this is a reassurance in my abilities. I already know it, but it's my guides are talking back to me. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. But what's causing you all this pain, guys? The Ace of Swords, I feel either it's you there's an issue with, perhaps, how can I say it, speaking your truth. Okay, speaking your truth. But it's also, a grand gesture of love, and excuse me on the grand gesture of love. I don't think that's quite what I meant to say there, although maybe I said it for a reason. But the Ace of Swords, because I said a grand gesture of love, yes, this could have been a grand gesture of love from someone that proclaimed to be a king, and yet, not so much, right? But for others of you, there's something going on here with the Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Five of Wands, but this could, I think, okay, miscommunication, right? Again, not being able to speak your truth, or you're speaking your truth, but it's causing conflict. Again, whether internal or amongst others, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm kind of getting a little of both, so I feel like let's dig in here. But yeah, this could be leading to arguments, hostility, right? Which we can very easily see here with the Five of Wands. And again, while I'm picking up a little bit on love, again, like, I don't know if this person you were with was stifling and causing conflict, you know what I mean? I mean, to where you just felt like you could, the creative ideas you had, they were shooting them down. You were speaking your truth, they were shooting it down. Otherwise, this is something to do with like a creative endeavor with like maybe let's say like a friend group, but with like a group of colleagues, or something to that effect. Okay, so I'll leave that off to the side there. So we'll start with the Wheel of Fortune, which is, I believe, only major arcana that's come out here. So very major energy, right? Major arcana. Out of 78 cards that are in a tarot deck, 22 are major arcana, right? So to pull a major arcana means, like, if you're going to take any messages, really listen to this one. And the Wheel of Fortune is coming in as something to love about yourself. The wheel speaks to, fortune, luck, and fate, guys, okay? So I feel that, even as a child, you knew you were meant for great things, or that, like, your life was your playing field, right? Like, you know what I meant? Like, you had a ton of dreams, a ton of time to really, feel the power of your creativity in childhood. But also, what I was trying to say is, I feel that you guys, like, you've always felt lucky, but truly that luck, right, is just source energy flowing through us, because even deep down, if we didn't know, we had love for life. We were simply enjoying and experiencing satisfaction, right? For the majority of us. But I do feel like I'm speaking to those who, had a good childhood. It was stable, it was decent, it was, your parents looked out for your ass, you know what I mean? And I just feel like something to love about yourself. It's like it's the spirit that you have within you, the spirit that we all have within us, in understanding. And it's like, I do feel like you guys are very spiritual here, guys, with all the symbolic interpretation here. And I'm not quite sure what this is in the middle, to be honest with you guys. I mean, obviously this is the Wheel of Fortune, so it's a wheel of some sort. And I really have not, don't ask me why, I've really never noticed that these 4 winged creatures on each corner are standing on, like, literature, right, of some sort. So I do feel like you guys are very, you're early on maybe in your stages of understanding, where you've come from. or you're already on your path and you understand, guys, that the wheel, quite well, the wheel is something that we cannot control, right? For example, a tower moment. If a tower moment's going to happen, that is so sudden that we don't even know it's coming. That's because, we can take that as now the divine has stepped in. Divine intervention. So, but something to love about yourself, the Wheel of Fortune, again, it really speaks to change, okay? As well as cycles. And you guys understand that life, okay, the Wheel of Fortune, life, is made up of good times as well as bad times. Or, it's just the cycle, as I said earlier, is is one that we cannot control. But you guys, I feel that you've gone through it, and maybe you'll go through it some more. I'm not sure here, but I do feel you're in I do feel strength coming off this card and in the reading, that you guys will be able to weather this. You'll be able to weather relationship changes. You'll adapt to changes at work. And this can even speak to changes with material or financial situations. But rapid change will bring you opportunities, and it will make your life better. So that's your message right there. New circumstances, right? New circumstances. So if you walk into the new, into the unknown, so new circumstances can put an end to past difficulties, okay, and herald herald a period of good fortune and success, right? So I feel like, that will issue a period where these are in the upright, right? And you're just collecting your aces then and moving on, right? So, and it's like, you guys, you are able to, you do go with the tide. You do go with the flow as best as possible here with the Wheel of Fortune. So, whereas most people might break or run at, from fear, I do feel like you guys have had to do this before. Walk away from something. All right. So where can you be more patient with yourself is the Eight of Cups. I think that going back and forth, in the mind, I was talking about an possibly internal conflict within, which I, do wonder if it's related to this Nine of Swords situation. Okay. But, you have to be patient with yourself with the back and forth, guys. Again, you may be contemplating the need to leave, and we're right here at the Nine of Swords, guys, so I think you guys really, it's been weighing heavily on your mind. So the Eight of Cups really is about walking away and letting go, as well as searching for truth and leaving something behind. But this represents living in alignment with your truth and your instincts, and walking away from disappointing situations. You may have recently left, so there we go, a job, relationship, or friendship that was not fulfilling. So the energy here does speak to the fact that it is fresh, like you recently it's like you recently like grabbed your staff and your pack and started kind of walking away from whatever this is. Now you may not have completely fully cut it off yet, but again, you've already turned your back. You've already turned your back. So yeah, so you're leaving an unhappy relationship or an unfulfilling job. And you're choosing, this could speak to some of you in terms of you're even choosing happiness over financial security, right? So whether that was through your job or through perhaps the person, if you did have the connection you walked away from, perhaps they were very financially secure. But you're like, dude, I don't need any of your, I don't need your stuff. I can get my own stuff, right? So, just be patient with yourself. Let your instincts and intuition lead the way when it comes to decision making. So go with what feels good, guys, okay? And how do we get to knowing what feels good? Well, when we know it doesn't feel good, when we know what we don't want, that helps shape us to see what we do want, right? If you have recently been avoiding this situation, the Eight of Cups assures you that you have the strength to face reality. And I'm so glad that said that, because remember I was saying earlier that I, in some way, am picking up on a little bit of strength here. Like, you're not gonna, it's an unfortunate period of, cycle of time. But again, it's like you guys understand, it's like you're more in the mindset of things are just happening. Nothing's happening to you, they're happening for you. So this, having to go through this, you're not really, it's not like you're sitting there blaming the universe. You're just like, I really do think, because I was talking about your spirituality earlier, that you've at least come to that emotionally intelligent mindset of life is just occurring, guys, and that's it. There's no need to take it personally. You just have to take responsibility for our actions and move forward. So and I am kind of picking up that again. I feel like you're right. Like you literally have been telling this person, like, I'm kind of getting fed up here, like, but it's like they keep doing the shit, and once the 10th sword comes in, guys, if unless you walk away prior to the 10th sword hitting, otherwise once that 10th sword hits you, and you're in the 10 of swords, I think that's going to ultimately be your breaking point, but you can avoid that situation if you, again, just take this as it resonates, but just, again, all you have to do is go with your intuition. So that is the free will, is that you have the choice. You can listen to this and decide that you want to stay with them or that you don't. That's your decision. So that's the beautiful thing about tarot. Now, okay, so I'm really happy, again, in terms of where you guys are headed, but let's move over to where can you be kinder to yourself, is the 5 of Wands. And so again, I don't know if that was you, how can you be kind to yourself, you removing yourself from a situation where you just understood several energies were no longer serving your highest good, and so you're like, I'm going to just kind of, again, take my idea and walk away. This also can speak to clashes of the ego, okay? And you guys may be dealing with both, an inner battle and an outer battle, where external influences that are out of your control are just currently affecting what's happening here. But yeah, it's like you were in a situation where you felt like, or you were in a frustrating situation, I should say, where you felt like there was constant opposition to your like plans and your efforts or your ideas. You know, conflict between lovers. This could be competition between colleagues or a competitive work environment. But just be vigilant, guys. Always review details twice to avoid any future miscommunications. And you're encouraged to remain strong and patient. You will be able to overcome challenges with diplomacy. And sometimes that diplomacy is literally just removing yourself from the situation 100%. Like, if, you know, of course, how if that's possible for you to do. But hey guys, we always have, I mean, there's just always, we are the universe and the universe is us. We are source and source is within us. Like, we have source within us, within every single one of us. We all come from the same source, right? So not sure where I was going with that. Okay. But I mean, I was just talking about just removing yourself from the situation, you know. And you know, with the moon here in the Eight of Cups, it's like you're right, and you just started walking away, and you're like kind of, you know, you may be having like self-doubt start creeping back in, but just remember to remain strong and patient, guys, okay? You know, wait for the wheel to turn in your favor. Or start attracting in the energy for it to turn, you know. Because imagine it's already turning. It's already starting to turn in your favor, but where you put your focus, your emotions, all that could make it spin faster. So, but you're already well on your way, like we said in the beginning. You're already walking toward the new cycle. Okay, you've got a new path here for sure. Okay. And we're going to then touch on the Ace of Wands in the reverse. And this is coming in for energies and strategies to draw on. So I feel like this is almost a foreshadowing, okay? So the Ace of Wands in the reverse indicates trials and tribulations that you may face in the near future. You might feel directionless, which can lead to feeling uninspired or unmotivated. And so this, for example, this could be like feeling like delays with current projects or projects that you've initiated. You may feel like you're in a period where you want to finish your tasks, but there may be obstacles getting in your way. So I feel like that's coming in more as a foreshadowing. So it's like, what can we do then to feel like we have direction, essentially. So we'll pull an advice card for the Ace of Wands. So what's the advice for the Ace of Wands? Okay, the King of Wands in the reverse. I almost feel like I'm getting like, guys, whatever it is that you want to pursue, it's like whatever you want to pursue, it would be best to pursue it alone. Like, don't trust, or like, I just feel like you're being called to start this endeavor on your own, and to not partner up with anyone, or if someone approaches you and wants to like work together. I mean, look, so the King of Wands speaks to an ineffective and weak leader, someone who could be tyrannical, vicious. This literally speaks to someone, for example, that's been put in a leadership position, but they're experiencing imposter syndrome. So this person doubts their capabilities and strengths. So I don't know who that's talking about. If this is someone upcoming, right? Because it's saying that you may soon face this situation. If so, as I was just saying, guys, I don't know how to say it, but don't work with any man. I mean, maybe if it's a woman, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, just don't work with any man who, again, if they come off as like arrogant, bossy, or forceful, or like they have control issues, you can feel someone's energy. That will be your cue to not work with this person. And it, obviously from the get-go, you would think that would be a red flag, but sometimes it's like people can mask their energy pretty well, but just if you're starting to see these weird, like, it's not someone you want to work with, or and / perhaps you guys, which this feeling is coming in now, like it's like, hey, talk about me too. But maybe you guys will be put in charge of something here important in the future, and you feel like you're the imposter, you feel like you're unworthy to lead. So again, doubting your capabilities and your strength. So you guys are gonna have to, if that resonates to you, work on that, okay? Heal that within yourself, whatever that looks like, or whatever calls to you, because it's like we always hear, guys, something that's meant for you is not going to pass you by. If you're put in charge of something, it's because your credentials spoke for you. Now, if you've lied about your credentials, that's a totally different situation. But if you are literally, truthfully, and honestly put in charge of something, guys, essentially you're just going to need to maintain your position and not take actions that you should not take. Like, don't shoot yourself in the foot